Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be continuing on with my attractions I enjoy but wouldn't wait for series, in which I write a list of usually 3 attractions at a specific theme park that I do enjoy but just simply wouldn't wait in a long line for. Last time I did this list it was on Alton Towers, so this time around I'll be going over to Thorpe Park and doing the same thing. Just before we begin, I'd like to mention that everyone's opinions are of course different. We wait for however long we think is a decent amount of time to wait in parks for certain attractions, and of course we all have different reasons for doing so. Also, just because these rides are on my list, it does not mean in any way that I dislike them. I just simply wouldn't wait a long time to experience them. Now with that being out of the way, let's begin. Number 1, Stealth. Stealth opened up at the park back in 2006 and is the park's 205-foot tall steel launch coaster manufactured by Intamin. The coaster launches riders from 0 to 80 miles per hour in just under 2 seconds, and it opened to many good reviews from riders. I do love this ride along with its atmosphere and just the general vibe around Stealth's area of the park, but for me this coaster is just too short to wait a long time for. The ride only lasts about 20 seconds. So in my opinion, if I say for example that Stealth and Swarm both had wait times of an hour, I would opt to wait for Swarm over Stealth, purely because Swarm is a longer ride. This is not just for Stealth. Other launch coasters with that specific layout to me just aren't worth waiting a very long time for. So although I would wait around 30 minutes for Stealth, I wouldn't wait much longer than that for it. Thorpe Park just isn't my local park and I don't get to go there very often, but when I do get to the park it's often during peak times, like for example the summertime or Fright Nights events. So I guess that means that when I am there I have to be a little bit more strategic in what rides I choose to wait for and exactly how long I wait for what ride. I have done Stealth lots of times in the past and I do enjoy it a lot, but I just wouldn't wait too long for it. Number 2, Derren Brown's Ghost Train. Derren Brown's Ghost Train. This attraction opened up back in 2016 at Thorpe Park after quite a few delays, and it quickly gathered a either you love it or you really hate it kind of feeling from riders. The attraction itself is not a roller coaster, it is definitely an experience, it's an attraction. It mixes live actors, virtual reality and other elements to make a really unique experience, and honestly I give it credit in that respect. I understand what they were trying to do with this ride, but do I think that it's the future of theme parks? No. If you've been following this channel for a while, when I've spoke about theme parks, you will know my thoughts on virtual reality. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I do enjoy certain aspects of this attraction. I personally think that this ghost train, it's okay. I'm not a crazy fan of it, but I don't despise it either. I think that there are some areas that could be improved, but when they did reopen the attraction as Derren Brown's Ghost Train Rise of the Demon, it is clear that they attempted to fix some of the issues and complaints they were receiving for the ride. But in my eyes, they do still have a little way to go before I can consider myself to be a massive fan of this attraction. I will do this attraction either at opening or not long before closing, because in between, I find that it does get quite a long line and you will find yourself waiting for it. But honestly, I can easily go to this park without doing Derren Brown's Ghost Train at all, and it wouldn't bother me all that much. Like I say, I do enjoy it, but I'm not crazy over it, but I don't hate it either. It's like this weird middle ground, and that is why I wouldn't wait more than around 10 to 15 minutes for this attraction. If it's a walk on queue at some point during the day and I haven't yet been on it and done it, then I'll probably get on it, but other than that, I'm not too fussed. Some say that that's quite harsh, but that is just my thoughts and feelings on Derren Brown's Ghost Train as it stands. The final attraction on my list for today is Nemesis Inferno. Now this one may be a surprise to some of you given my love for inverted coasters, but Nemesis Inferno is indeed a ride that I really enjoy but would not wait in a long line for. It opened up in 2003 and was manufactured by B&M. The coaster travels at around 50 miles per hour, has 4 inversions and a ride time of approximately 1 minute and 40 seconds. Some people may get a little mad at me here for comparing Nemesis Inferno to Nemesis over at Alton Towers, but here we go. It's not that this is a bad ride, but for me personally, I prefer Nemesis at Alton Towers, which is also designed by John Wardley and manufactured by B&M. I think Nemesis at Alton Towers has a better backstory and offers a more intense ride experience, but I will give Nemesis Inferno credit. I will say that it is a good coaster and it is great to do in the dark. I actually prefer riding Nemesis Inferno in the dark compared to daylight. But to be honest, long story short, I just prefer other coasters at the park. But this is by no means a bad ride, and if you haven't done this coaster, you should definitely give it a try, just like all of the other attractions here on this list. They all have their positives and their negatives in my opinion, but if you haven't done any of them, go and do it. Obviously we're all different, we like and dislike different things, and that's fine. So that is my list of Thorpe Park attractions I enjoy but wouldn't wait in a long line for. Do you have your own little list similar to this one? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you are new here, click on that subscribe button, and I very much hope to see you in my next video.